Hey guys, welcome back to iSoft Original, and today we're gonna talk about arrays in VB.NET. So first of all, we just have to know what array is. Array is simply list of items, or let's say list of let me just say list of items, something which displays in a form of list. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna show you how array simply works. So I want to load a list of item here whenever this software is being loaded. So how can we do this? I'm just gonna say dim. I'm just gonna call this ARR, stands for array as strange, and this is actually going to be list of strings as an array. And these array, working within array, it can be whatever you want to use as your array. And in my case, I am going to use strings as my array. So in here, that is where I have to specify my arrays. So I'm just going to add something like maybe item 1. Then I add another item, just going to say item 2. And maybe another item, just say item 3. So I have these 3 items right here. So what I'm going to go ahead is let's declare list view. We're just gonna create list view programmatically. So let's say dim list view as new list view, like this. And let's say the list view we have dot full role select, let's make it true. And the list view dot grade lines, let's set that also to true. Now the list view dot location of it, it has to position somewhere on our screen, I mean on our form right here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna set the location to a new point, and this point I'm just gonna use 12 by 12. All right, good, excellent. So now what I'm going to say from here is the list view dot size is what I'm going to tackle now. So I'm just going to add up a new size, and I'll just specify this to be maybe 268 and maybe 244, yeah, something like this. Yeah, okay, so let's see. Yeah, so what is the problem here? Oh, it's size. So it's gonna be a new size. Yeah, perfect. Now let's add a tab index. We have to make sure we have a tab index selected. So we're just gonna say list view dot tab index. Let's set it up to 0. And just gonna say the list view dot use compactable state image behavior is very important. Let's set it up to false. And then what we're going to say is the list view dot view, just going to specify the view as well. It's going to be view dot details. That is the view. So we're just going to set the column. So the list view dot column, the columns, we will just add a column, and this column is actually going to be a column with a heading of the type of item we are adding. So I'm just gonna say item list from array, right? Excellent. Now I'm just gonna say let's see the columns, and let's set the index to 0, and let's set the width to the list view dot size dot width -4. Perfect. Now whilst we have this, we are kind of good to go. Now before we can set it up for it to be displayed in array form, we simply have to use for each. So for each item as strange in ERR we created right there, then we have to say the list view dot items should add, and now we just want to add the item, which of course that is this. So this EARR is what I needed here. That's all. Now we have to save this. Let's click on start. And this is what we have. So we have to make sure it actually displays whatever we want to display here. So the problem is I actually forgot to add a control to the form. So I'm just going to say controls.add, and we now have to add a list view just like this, right? Let's save it. Then let's run it again. There you go. So you have your list view of items and you are good to go. So if you're willing to add any list of items to a list view in VB.NET, this is how you're supposed to work it around. My name is Ike Soft Original from Ike Tech Channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any comments, leave it below the section and I will be very glad to help you out solve it. Until then, have a nice day, and Ike Soft Original is out.